It was 22 the other night. Today it was like 30, and it might snow, and it's definitely going to rain later. And I'm hoping to get out of Bend before that happens because my wipers are just for looks. They don't do anything. They smear the water around a little bit, but I don't know. They're really just for looks. So I'm boogieing on south. I don't have, a ton of gas money to get down there, but I have like $100. I think that, and 3/4 of a tank, that should get me pretty far. Wish me luck. What's up, Heather? How are you? You getting ready for Halloween with the children? What are you dressing up as? I obviously am in the van. Oh, look at that fan. That's weird looking. That's better. I'm in the van. I'm headed south. I am right here. I'm in Bend, and I'm leaving right now because it's cold. It was like, you guys know I had that like 16-degree night the other night. Well, it's been like 22 degrees the other night. Last night was 30 degrees. It's time to go, dude. It's time to leave. So I'm out of here. Woke up early today, and right now I'm in line at Dutch Bros. That's why I'm not moving at the moment. So I'm getting me a coffee. I had a free coffee to snatch up, and I've been saving it for this drive to reward myself. And off we are. Yeah, Zag's over here shivering, but like it's actually kind of warm in the van. I've got the heat blasted right now, like right on her, and she's still kind of shivering, but she's a warm weather dog. She's not enjoying this either. So yeah, it's time to go. It's time to boogie on. Heather says, yeah, we're carving pumpkins today. I'll be a guide from Beetlejuice, my 4-year-old, the sandworm, 9-year-old, the clown, 12-year-old dollar, military. Hell yeah. Hello.
Oh my god, Zach is so cute.
She knows.
That's alright. That's alright. You want to do a little treat or anything for her?
Sure.
I could do a pup cup, one with cream and doggy mount, or just chocolate.
Pup cup's fun.
Pup cup.
Zag's getting a pup cup.
And spoiled too.
Oh yeah. She knows. She knows what's coming. She's been here before.
I get everything I want. I understand this.
Jesus, she does, doesn't she? Oh, pup cup, Zag. Look at all that whipped cream. Let's see if you guys can see her. Nope. No whipped cream? Huh? What you think? But you're so weird with food sometimes. You know you like it. There you go. There you go. Where's a good girl? Oh yeah. Eat the bone last. I know your plan. You don't care about that bone until you're out of whipped cream. Pup cup. That's it. Oh, you're gonna spill it. There you go. She does love them pup cups. All that dairy. Thankfully, that's something she can have. I know dogs that can't. Breakfast of champions right there, Zach. Heather says it's going to be in the low 40s here tomorrow night. It's going to be a cold Halloween, yeah. I've trick-or-treated in the snow before. Am I gonna be taking the 5 or the 3.95? That's a good question. I'll probably take the 5 all the way to Sacramento, and then cut over on the 50 to the 3.95. Thanks so much. yeah, I'm probably gonna go to Sacramento, maybe see some friends down there, and then take the 50 to the 395, and then cut down, because I know some people that live down in that area. I gotta go visit. Jeez, it's cold out there. Thank you. People in Oregon drive so kindly. Like, I've never been in a place where they're like, oh yeah, come on in. I know traffic's bad, but you can get in here, give you space. Like, this is the only place that I've ever really seen that consistently. I go to other places and all, like, you know, you'll see that from time to time. You'll see people being nice when they drive, but Oregon, it's like expected of you to be kind, because we're all just doing our best out here. Fucking update on the van. For those of you who have been following the saga of bringing the minivan again back to life, oh shit, I just remembered, I need to go back to my friend's house. I just left my friend's house, and I need to go back because of the van saga. So let's get into it. I ordered those parts from Detroit Axle, and I ordered the axle, the wheel hub, and the bearings, the whole kit. And all they shipped was the axles. That's it. That's all they shipped. So instead of tearing the whole van apart, putting the axles on, and then having to tear the van apart, put the wheels and the hubs on later, I just opted to wait until I get the wheels and the hubs, and then I'll put everything on. Only problem with that is I am driving south without getting my van fixed first. And, you know, we'll see. We'll see, dude. We will help you out. You have our number, correct? I think I have it in an email. I think you emailed it to me once, you guys, Keith and Bobby. I'm pretty sure I have it somewhere in that email. But if you wanted to send it again, I wouldn't, you know, hate that. But right now I'm like, dang it, I forgot the axles at my friend's house. I literally just drove away from there and completely forgot the axles. They're sitting in his garage. So I gotta go grab them real quick. That was my whole reason for staying at their house last night, was to, well, stay warm, and then also to grab the axles. And I just drove away without the axles. So I'm gonna go get axles, and then I'm gonna get on the road. Cheers for Dutch Bros. And did you know that Dutch Bros lids give you like fortune cookie messages, but they're better? This one says, "You radiate pure awesome." That's what it says. My coffee's telling me that. My coffee is so nice. It's nice coffee. Is this the right way? Shit. Might not be. I'm on a back road somewhere. That is so good, man. Like, something about Dutch Bros just hits just right, especially here in Central Oregon. If you go to other areas and you drink Dutch Bros, fun fact about Dutch Bros, they order locally ground coffee, right? Like local coffee. So when you go to one region, the coffee they get is from that region. If you go to another area, the coffee they get's from that area. So when you go to different areas, Dutch Bros will taste slightly different because of the coffee that they're getting. And Central Oregon's coffee just hits so good. Always liked it. Hey, thanks, Darren. Yes, Heather, I'll keep you updated, and I will live stream as much of the drive as I can. There will be some spots where there's like no signal. I'll be driving through some dead zones, so if I lose you, just chill. I'll be back. You guys go take, it'll be like intermission for the drive. You can go you know, get a bathroom break in or whatever, since you guys are glued to the TV staring at me. Zag's finished with her pup cup. Good girl, Zag. Okay, what road is this? This is the road. This is the road I need. Cool. I did make it back. I grew up here, but man, they are changing this town so much, it's hard. Shut up. Just got honked at. They've changed this town so much that it's hard to get around sometimes and to remember where the hell you're going, especially when you get on the back roads. But I need to go grab these axles. I accidentally left without them. So let me boogie on over here and grab them real quick. Can't believe I fucking almost left them. I almost drove out of Bend without them. What up, Dave? How you doing, man? I'm here to grab my axles because I left them at my friend's house, and then I'm driving south. I'll be right back. My van is packed to the gills. My van's packed to the gills, so those axles are just gonna sit on my bed until I find a better spot for them, which the better spot would be obviously attached to the van, but we'll get there. My dogs love hot dogs. What dogs don't love hot dogs? We don't need that kind of negativity in our lives. Although the first time I tried to feed Zach bacon, she wanted nothing to do with it. I was like, my dog's broken. She doesn't love bacon? What the hell? What's up, Brad Guy? What up, road dogs? Speaking of road dogs, we're on the road. We are headed south. I just left my friend's house. I forgot the axles at their house. God, I'm so ADHD sometimes. Don't forget to smash that like button, you guys. It does nothing but help me. Tells YouTube, hey, this guy should be seen by more people. So we can hack that YouTube algorithm. That is one way you can help me, and it doesn't cost you anything. You just hit the like button. It's free. 14 people, 4 likes. It's cool. You don't like me? It's fine. It's fine. Still headed south, whether you like it or not. My camera on my phone is kind of fucked up, but the back camera, let's find out. How good is this? See, it's all blurry and shit. It's all blurry. That's bad. That's so bad. I need to get a new phone so I can get my lens fixed. What if I zoom in? Is that better? Wow, that's way worse. See what I'm saying? What about the fuck you button? Yeah, we need 3 of those. At least 3 of those. But this is my town, you guys. This is the town I grew up in. The town that I escaped from when I left. It's usually not this fuzzy, but it's winter. It's winter. It's fuzzy because it's winter, or because my fucking camera is messed up on my phone. Like, I really, really need a new camera or a new phone. And we'll get there. I'll get a new phone eventually, you know, once I can afford it. You're all going to the Sideburn. When is that, Dave? Oh, Cece and Roy are here for Halloween. Dang it, because I just hit them up and I was like, hey man, I'm going through Sacramento. Be cool to see ya. Looks like I'm not going to be stopping in Sacramento for a day or two. I'll just be boogieing on south. I was thinking about taking the 5 the whole way, but with my CV axles, you know, the way they are, I was a little worried about going up the Grapevine, which is after Sacramento, headed south. So I think I'm going to go over the 50 to the 395 and probably stop by my childhood home. Like, the earliest memories I have in the world are from El Dorado Hills, California, right off Highway 50. And I really, really wouldn't mind stopping by there to check out my childhood home. A lot of bad memories in that house, to be honest with you. Like, very, very traumatic memories from when I was a childhood. Not to get into it too much, but, you know, I watched my stepmother try to kill herself in this house, and a lot of the abuse I endured when I was a child happened in this house in California. So I maybe can go check it out and, like, take a shit on the yard or something. Not gonna do that, but it might help me get closure or something, you know. Kind of curious how much that area has changed. It snowed in Reno last night. Well, it was trying to snow here this morning. 50 gonna be sketchy to 395. It won't be that bad. We'll double check the weather before I cross that pass, but it's either that or the Grapevine, and I really don't think my axles will hold up. It's a much more gradual, you know, climb than the Grapevine. So I'm a little bit worried about the axles on the Grapevine, to be completely honest with you. And 395 would be cool the whole way, except I don't think I'll have signal the whole way. Take the 99. Where's that? From Sacramento, you mean, to 395? What area of California are we talking about? Well, we're talking about trying to get from I-5 to the 395, somewhere around Sacramento. I suppose it could be Redding, too. Oh, 99 to Isabella. I know that. I know that road. I've stayed at Lake Isabella a couple times. That's actually a pretty good spot. I don't know if you can see the van shaking already. It's actually been driving better. When it got real cold, the van stopped shaking as much. So even though it's still shaking a little bit, it's been getting, I think the cold had something to do with it, but it hasn't been shaking nearly as bad as it was before. So, hey, there's a Popo. Hello, Popo man. Can't catch me. I'm perfectly legal. That's amazing. Some nag champa and cannabis in that house. Yeah, exactly. Go throw some sage at them. Pick up 395 in Ridgecrest. No mountains except near Isabella, which isn't bad. I do need to go to Ridgecrest. That's actually, hopefully I'll be there tomorrow or the next day. Go visit some folks. Oh shit. I got in the wrong lane. Here we go. Thank you. Roundabouts. Got in the wrong lane on the roundabout. You see that shake? You see what I'm talking about? We're driving to California like this. Thanks to the fucking axle company that screwed me over. They were supposed to send a refund 2 days ago. It was supposed to arrive, and it never did. So, that'll be another angry call I make to that company. I've already sent a few angry emails. So I'm gonna have to call them and be like, look, I'm upset. You guys screwed up my order after taking 3 weeks to send it to me. And the refund was supposed to be here already, and it wasn't. Johnny says, got down to 48 down here around Palm Springs last night. That's warm. A little rain the night before. Then in the pass around Beaumont. Fall finally hit down in the desert. Cool. Tammy says, I just got out of the hospital. I had an allergic reaction to something. That's scary. Glad you're doing alright. Yeah, customer service is dead, dude. I will try to read all your comments. Obviously, I'm also driving, so it might not always be safe for me to read your comments, but I'll do my best. Keith and Bobby say I have some really good greens coming today. Orange cookies. I've got a little bit of weed I brought with me. I was really hoping to like stock up on weed before I left, because you know I can get an ounce here for like 30-40 bucks. But fortunately I don't get paid until the 1st, which is in 2 days. But it's gonna be raining the next 3 days, so I don't want to be here for that. I got my van all packed up yesterday, which actually took all day. And yeah, it's time to go. 22 degrees last night. I'm sick of sleeping in the cold. That diesel heater though, dude. It's the only reason might be the only reason I'm not dead right now is that diesel heater. I've had that song Sugar stuck in my head by shit, why can't I remember the name of the band all of a sudden? System of a Down. All morning, and I have no idea why. I tell people that they live longer because I smoke weed. Yeah. Only reason you're not dead is because I smoke weed, buddy. I feel that. I feel that so hard. So hard. People pluck my nerves. Me too. I assume the axles made the van right, is what Dan is asking. And I know I just gave an update. I'll give an update again on the axles, you guys, on the van. So, it's a weird ass sound. The wind coming. I thought my window was down. Anyways, the van axles update. I ordered the parts. I got the axle, the wheel hubs, and the bearings. And I waited 3 weeks for that kit to show up. And finally it showed up. And I was like, sweet. So I go to my friend's house to look at the kit to see what they sent me. And they only sent the axles. That was it. They didn't send the wheel hubs or the bearings. And instead of tearing the van apart, throwing the axles on, and then having to do everything again, tearing the van apart and putting the hubs and the wheels on later. I just opted to, I've got the axles in the back, and I couldn't stay here any longer. It's just not, I mean, it's too cold, man. It's been, like I said, I had an 18-degree night, 16 degrees, 20 degrees. It's time to go, so I'm just risking it. I got AAA on my van, so, you know, if something happens, that'll be an adventure. Hopefully I don't break down. Last year I broke down leaving Bend, what I'm doing right now. And it was going up the hill towards like Crater Lake. I was getting over to I-5. And that's like climbing a hill. And I don't want, like, climbing the hill is what makes the shake worse. It puts more pressure on everything. So I'm just not gonna go that way. I'm gonna just keep going straight. But yeah, I've got the axles with me. If I break down, at least I've got the parts, hopefully, that I need. And I'm just fucking risking it, dude. I can't stay in this cold anymore. Zag doesn't like it either. Like, good time. She just has to sit in the van most of the time because it's too damn cold to be outside. Right Guy says, good luck with the drive, brother. Appreciate that, Road Dog. And if any of you want to become a Road Dog, just ask Right Guy how. You just got to hit that join button on my channel and pledge some of your hard-earned cash to me. Like, seriously, it's like $5 a month is the lowest amount. I was like smelling something, but it was my heater. I just turned my heater off. God, that shake. Shake. I'm probably gonna drive through a dead zone in a second. You're gonna lose me. Just giving you guys a heads up. If you lose me, it'll only be for like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. But there's a dead zone right up here, and I'm very familiar with it. So. I got 3/4 of a tank of gas and a little bit of money. Honestly, I don't think I have enough money to make it all the way. But if I can make it, you know, I don't know, maybe Lake Isabella until the 1st, because I get paid on the 1st, I'll be able to, get paid on the 1st and keep going. That's kind of the plan. Was it diagnosed? Yeah, it was diagnosed. It was diagnosed. Axles, wheel hubs, all need to be fucking replaced. But we're just gonna... I've been driving it with these axles that are on it since I bought it. And I made it all the way up here. And even though it's getting slightly worse, I'm still, like, right now I'm going 65 and the shake it's not as bad. You know, the shake's not as bad at higher speeds, but when I get down to like 45, 50 and I'm going uphill, it's obnoxious. It feels like my van's gonna fall the fuck apart. The mountains that Dave and I were staying at, oh, thanks, Drew. I just got that, man. I appreciate you so much. That's like a few gallons of gas. Hell yeah. That'll get me a little farther, maybe like another 100 miles or so. Darren says some checks come early for SSI or disability. Mine does not come early. It comes on the 1st. Unfortunately, Halloween is not a federal holiday, so the VA won't be paying me until the 1st. Winnemucca to 95 or doing 395. I'm going to be doing 97 to the I-5 to either the 99 or the 50 to the 395 and all the way down. That's the plan. That is the plan. I can't believe, did I not lose connection back there? That's weird. I usually lose connection back there. Maybe it's up here. Social Security used to come at the end of the month, but now they've changed it to the 3rd. Mine is the 1st. The VA pays us on the 1st. Unless there's like a weekend or a holiday, then they pay us before that. And unfortunately, Halloween is not a federal holiday, so yeah, I'm not getting paid early. Although if I had like Chime, some banks will post it early because they can't honestly, I can't believe that I got everything into the van. I was wondering what I was gonna have to leave behind, what I was gonna be able to bring with me, but I was able to get everything in here without having to like leave anything behind. You guys don't forget to cram that like button. The like button half of you have, and I appreciate those guys. I appreciate the half of you that like me. I knew that was going to happen eventually. I'm going to start losing a little bit of signal through here. But nevertheless, so I'm able to, you know, it's kind of a free account. Heading to Sacker Slabs. Yeah. Yep. Yes. And I don't know, I'm not going to be staying in Slabs. I'm not sure exactly where I'll be posting up, but it won't be in Slab City. I'll probably be posting up somewhere nearby. And then I'll just go in and like visit my people while I'm down there. But I won't be there long before I go over to Quartzsite and start grinding away, because I'll be working in Quartzsite this year. Am I on 97 or am I on 20? I am headed south on Highway 97. 97? What? When will I check on my homestead? Not in the winter. not in the winter. Maybe not even next year. Might be a couple of years till I go back there. We'll see. I might just hang on to that property, you know, and not do anything with it. Maybe I'll sell it to someone I know. Is the old guy still watching it? My homestead? Yeah. My neighbors are keeping their eye on my spot out there. I got good neighbors. But yeah, I might hang on to that property. Just make it one of my assets. You know, it's not worth much, but it's not worth nothing. And you know, I purchased that land through own financing. I paid $75 a month until I owned it. And so, you know, it was cheap for me to get, but yeah, maybe I'll end up selling it to someone. We'll see. I know that area is kind of up and coming. At least for hobos like me. A lot of travelers are moving out there. A lot of nomads like being out there because you can live off grid. They don't give a shit in that area, so. Mischief says I always take 97 to 395. How far have you driven today? I might try and catch you. I haven't even made it to Lapine yet. I just left Bend. And I didn't know 97 and 395 connect. I don't think that they do. Well, I guess they do right up here at Lapine. Just south of Lapine they connect. But I'm not taking that one. I'm not taking 97 all the way to I-5 down to K Falls, and then Weed, and then Shasta, and then it'll hit the I-5 and we'll boogie on south from there. Knock on fucking wood that nothing happens to the axle. But if it does happen, I got the part. So hopefully I can just get like a mobile mechanic to come and swap it out real quick. Wouldn't quick, but it shouldn't take very long. Got all the tools. Or maybe I take care of it all the way down south. Maybe Dave can give me a hand. Like, good job, Zig, good job, you did it. Zach's looking at me like, why the fuck are you clapping? Keith and Bobby says, like Lapine, Oregon, McDonald's, and a VFW that make lunch for the community. Yeah, Lapine is a cool town. Actually, not for food, but for like, chips and sodas. We're driving, man. We need driving munchies. Also, with your land, you can technically not be homeless, ? So, if we're getting technical, even with my property, I'm still technically homeless. For a couple of reasons. One, the federal definition of homeless is that you're living in a domicile that's not made for permanent housing. So that could be a tent, a vehicle, or even an RV. An RV is still considered homeless by the federal definition. And I think that's a good thing. A lot of people that live in RVs will get offended by that, but I don't think it's like an attack on anyone. I think that they just do that because not everyone wants to live in an RV. Some people don't want to live in an RV. They just are out of necessity. So if they are considered homeless by the federal government, that means that there are services available to them since they fit that definition. The other reason it would still be considered homeless is because I don't have an address out there. The USPS does not deliver out to my property. There's no mailboxes or anything. It's really that remote. You have to get a P.O. box if you're going to live out there. So I wouldn't even have an address to give anybody. Even if I did have, like you said, tiny home. If I had a tiny home on it, I would technically not be homeless, but I still don't have an address. So does that mean everyone in Slabs is considered homeless? Yes, everybody in Slabs is considered homeless, 100%. Yep. I mean, it's technically a homeless city, isn't it? It's just one of the few places in America that being homeless isn't like, your neighbors aren't going to be mad at you for being homeless. Whereas everywhere else I go, people actually do get upset, like that. Oh, you live in a van. Like, why don't you just? But Slabs doesn't do that. They're like, oh, you live in a van. That's fucking cool. And that's, like I said, that's the federal definition of homeless. And I guess each person has their own definition of homeless. Like, some people who live in RVs don't consider themselves homeless, even though the federal government does. And technically, even if you live in like $100,000 RV, if you live in a $100,000 RV, then you're still considered homeless. By the federal definition. And Tammy asked, what about the state? Well, that kind of depends on which department you're talking about, which department you're of the state. The state's definitions of homelessness will be pretty much in line with the federal definition, but there are nonprofits out there who help homeless people, and their definition of homeless might vary, depending on which nonprofit it is. So, everyone, it's kind of subjective. Everyone has like their own definition of homelessness, but the federal definition, that's what you're going off of. Yeah, if you live in an RV or anything meant for permanent residence, you're homeless. But I don't think that's an insult. I don't think being homeless is an insult. I think people want you to be insulted because, we live in a society that they want you to contribute to the fucking tax structure and all that. And if you don't, then you're shunned. And hard pass on all that bullshit. Like, I don't need your society. I just need your stores. Figure that shit out. Hey, what up, Rad Guy? What's up, dude? Dave, just read an article that the Blockbuster in Bend is closing October 31st. RIP Blockbuster. That is not true. That was a fucking, I don't know. I kind of wonder, I read that too. I kind of wonder if Blockbuster released that because on their own Instagram, here locally, we all know this, but on their own Instagram, they were like, that's not true. We're staying open until the bitter end. Like, we're not going anywhere. But I kind of wonder if they released that article just so they could like get some press and people will be like, oh, they're closing, hurry up and get there. But they're not closing. They're going to be around forever. They survived COVID. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. But yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. The slabs in Las Vegas in the 70s and 80s would have been awesome to be a part of that era. I agree. I would have liked to see the slabs in the 90s too. I heard it was pretty sick. And I gotta admit, I feel like slabs has gone downhill in the last 10 years quite a bit, which kind of makes me sad because slabs has so much potential. But, it doesn't always mean everything's hunky-dory, Just entered La Pine, Oregon. My phone is so hot, I might have to cool it down. Might overheat. The internet killed the videos in Delaware. I mean, the internet and streaming killed videos everywhere. No one uses videos anymore. I'm honestly surprised that Blockbuster is still alive, but last Blockbuster on Earth, still going. You guys ever want to check it out? Joe killed Delaware. Let's be real. I don't know. Delaware is doing all right. I know that the election's coming up, so everyone's fired up over politics right now. This is your friendly reminder, respectful and friendly reminder that neither candidate cares about you. Neither party cares about you. Even though we all try to care about each other, Republicans are doing what they think is best, like, not the politicians, but the Republican voters. They all think that they're doing what's best for their country. The Democrats, they all think they're doing what's best for their country. Like, I don't shame or judge anybody who votes either way. But I will remind you that we're from the government and we're here to help is a complete myth. Politicians don't care about you. They never have. Maybe they start out that way, but they never end that way. They never end that way. Gas will never go back down. $2 a gallon cares about us. Drill, baby, drill. Like, even if they drill, like, we currently produce most of the oil in the world. Like, we are top on the oil production and oil reserves. We're doing fine. And gas is still going up. So, Gas will never go down. When have you ever seen gas go down and stay there? Never happened. Not in my lifetime. Ethan Bobby says, I camped next to the Del River years ago. Right Guy says the elections are like a scripted movie. Scratch my head. Very well could be. I know that there's a lot of like, you know, I wouldn't say it's scripted, but there's a lot of pressure for things to go a certain way. And we all know that. We all know the DNC and the RNC give a lot of pressure for the elections to go certain ways. But I also know that, like, the popular vote doesn't elect the president. Everyone's so amped up about voting, which I really think it's important to vote. Don't get me wrong, especially in local elections where, like, they're voting on laws and stuff to be changed. But I don't think that, like, your popular vote doesn't pick who the president will be. That's the Electoral College that does that. So your vote literally doesn't count. They might count it, but it's not that's not what elects the president. The Electoral College elects the president. So the popular vote, that's not what it's designed to do, is to pick who our leader is. You guys ought to look into what the popular vote actually does do. When you are voting for the president, what does that vote actually do? And primarily it does two things. One, it lets you know who's going to be on the debate stage, which parties are going to be on the debate stages next year. And it also lets you know which parties get tax dollars for their campaigns in the next presidential election cycle. So every presidential election cycle, they look at the votes from the cycle before to find out who's getting tax dollars. Is it going to be Republicans and Democrats? Because those are the two major parties, so they always get tax dollars. And which minor parties are going to get tax funding for their campaign. And right now there are zero minor parties getting tax dollars for their campaign. It's only the major parties, the two major parties, get our money. Did you know that? Did you guys know that? Did you know that your tax dollars go towards a Democrat's election campaign? Did you know that your tax dollars go towards the Republicans' campaign? Fun fact. And how, you know, which parties get that money is determined by the popular vote. Your vote doesn't elect the president. So feel free to vote. I just think it's much more important to vote in local elections and for like certain measures and for, you know, local tax structures and stuff. That's the important part. Your popular vote for the president literally doesn't have anything to do with who becomes president. Never has. Not since the Electoral College, which I'm a big supporter, actually, of the Electoral College. Don't get it twisted. I think that it balances out the vote. So that way there's not like 4 or 5 cities voting for the entire country. It gives rural voters in like Montana or Eastern Oregon or wherever, it gives their vote a little bit more representation at the federal level. But it doesn't elect the president. Never has. So, yeah. Anyways. Everyone's saying Trump. I'm sure that there are some... Trump is a good guy. He just needs to learn when to shut up. I don't know if he's a good dude. I would argue that he probably isn't a good dude. I don't know how anyone can get that rich and say whatever he wants. Like, I can't even begin to start like where. I support. Here's what I'll say. I support the Second Amendment way too much to vote for Donald Trump. Donald Trump was the worst thing that happened to our gun rights since the 90s when Clinton was in office and signed in the Brady gun ban. Yeah, the bump stock ban. Trump was actually in support of red flag laws, taking people's guns away without due process. He went after the Second Amendment more than any Democrat has since Clinton. So I can't support that. I like my guns too much to support Trump. Harris already said she's going to do a mandatory buyback for all semi. I mean, it's not a the government, they're not doing a mandatory buyback. She can say whatever she wants, you know what I mean? Like, Trump also said, hey, nobody's going to have to pay taxes. When he was on Joe Rogan, he was like, nobody will have to pay taxes. And both of them. It reminds me of high school class president elections where they're like, we're going to eat pizza for lunch every day. Like, no, the fuck we're not. Everyone's going to have to pay taxes, and they're not doing a mandatory buyback program. You might do a buyback program, but it won't be mandatory for semi-autos. Let's be honest, like, no president can do that. No president has that kind of power. You know, they don't even make laws. They either veto them or they sign them into law, but they don't make them. They don't draft them. They don't vote on them. By the time it gets to the president's desk, it's like been long debated for years and years. That's useless. But whoever said that is right. You know, Trump might, I don't think he's a good dude, but he really should shut the fuck up. He is his worst enemy. His own worst enemy. Like, if he loses this election to Kamala Harris, that's his fault. Like, it is his fault. Just like him losing to Joe Biden was his fault. Like, if he would just learn to be presidential, maybe I could respect him more. Some of his policies I really do appreciate, honestly. Some of the things he's done, like the cost of living adjustments for veterans, went way high when he was in office. I appreciated that. That was cool. I got a bigger raise than I have since I've been on disability because of Trump. And also the VA systems throughout the country did better and got more funding because of Trump. There's some things that he did I really appreciate. I genuinely appreciate. But I still want a president that's professional, that is presidential, that can take criticism without flipping out like a fucking 5-year-old. Dude, he's such a child. He's a 78-year-old child. And if he is elected, he'll be the oldest president we've ever had. And yet he still never learned how to take criticism at 78 years old. You've almost had 100 years on this fucking planet, and you throw a fit whenever someone criticizes you. You're the fucking president, dude. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Seriously. He's such a goddamn man-child. I'm so sick of it. And Kamala, don't get me started on her either. It's not like I'm fucking rooting for her. You know, the prosecutor who sent people to prison knowing full well they were innocent. The prosecutor who fucking put people in jail for weed. Like, fuck Kamala. She sucks too. I'm really starting to get worried that somebody's gonna win. But no matter what, dude, I'm sorry, but no matter what, we're all losing. I'm not gonna rant about politics the whole drive. I know I don't do this very much. Like, I know, like, I have some pretty opinionated ideas about politics, and that's why I don't bring it to my channel very much, because I am an opinionated person when it comes to this, and I don't want to like separate us. I don't want to make a divide. You know what I mean? There's enough division in our country. I want us to come together. I want a president that helps us coalesce. I want a president that can bridge the gap between the aisles, left and the right. Once you're president, the left and the right shouldn't fucking matter anymore. You are representing everybody. Everybody. But they don't. Once they're elected, they're still just party line, party line, party line, party line. I can't fucking support any of that. I want a president that's professional. And I'm sorry, but both parties have better candidates within the party. Both of them do. But they didn't pick those people. They picked some of the worst people they could have. Trump is obvious that they picked him because he's got so much support from people. Kamala was just kind of, well, that's who we're left with, so that's who they went with. It just was an easiest transition, but the DNC fucked up. They could have easily nominated, who is that? I forget his name, but he's, I think, the governor of North Carolina. I don't like all his policies, but he did, like, fix North Carolina's economy since he became governor, which was tanking, and now it's kind of thriving. So, like, I think he would have been a better pick. I forget his damn name, though. Bro, it's okay to take out Difference is, it's the snowflakes of this generation that take it personal. Yeah. Yeah, there's snowflakes on both sides of the aisle. It's true. I don't know, man, like, politics is exhausting these days. You know, it's not like, I don't know, I wish we weren't so divided. You know, we shouldn't be. We're all neighbors, we're all Americans, we all have the same culture, and we all live in the greatest country in human history. And we should appreciate that, and we should be loving our neighbors, right? Like, we should, like, I mean, you guys know I'm not very religious, but there's some lessons in the Bible we could all learn from, like loving your neighbor. Who cares if they're trans, or who cares if they have a MAGA hat on or something? Like, they're a human being, and they're valid, and the experiences that they've had in their life have brought them to that point. You know, whatever experiences they have, that's why they have the political views they do, and they're valid. Every one of you with your views is 100% valid. Just like my views are valid. You know, like, my views are also. I mean, I'm pretty set in my ways, but I'm also, like, not here to hate on anybody who votes or thinks differently than me, because we've had different life experiences that have brought us to this point. So I just want to find that leader that's actually a fucking leader, dude, that actually leads us. It doesn't, like both sides, dude. Trump will insult all of you Democrats. He'll insult you. He's gonna be representing you, but he'll insult you. He doesn't mind insulting half of the country. Like, how is that a fucking leader? That's not leadership. Kamala will do the same thing, just like Hillary did. She'll insult Republicans. That's not leadership. It isn't. Never was. How are we supposed to support this? I can't. Guys, getting me worked up. Getting me worked up out here. But here's what I'll say. Voting is important. November 5th is coming up. Get out there and vote. And regardless of how the election comes out, we're all kind of fucked anyways. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the laugh. You know, you've got to. Smoke break. Dude, that's a good idea. I can't roll a joint while I drive, and I'm out of papers. But a smoke break sounds like a good idea. I woke up at like 6 a.m. today to get ready for this drive. And, yep, I've just made it out of Lapine. Next stop is Chemult. There's a truck stop there. Or is it in Crescent? I don't know, either Crescent or Chemult. There's a truck stop I gotta stop at. There's a Pilot. And I'll probably get gas. I've got a half a tank of gas right now. A little bit more than half a tank. But right about here, fun fact about my van, right about here, my gas tank stops measuring how much gas I have. Like, once it gets to half a tank, it stops. And I could be empty, but it'll still say half a tank. If I fill up, it goes up. But once it gets back down to half, it stops. So once I get to half a tank, I have no idea how much gas I have. I'm using my trip, meter, so I know how much I've got. But Tammy says, smoking Papa Smurf right now. Fuck yeah. Just try to be the person your dog thinks you are. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can live up to those standards. I'll do my best. I'll do my best, but I don't know. I just wish that everyone would look at each other like your dog looks at you. Unless you're hurting anyone, like, you're fine, dude. You're not doing nothing wrong. You're a good, valid human being. Just don't hurt anybody, and I can respect the shit out of you. Don't treat people like crap. Yeah, that shake. It's actually not as bad as it used to be. I do need to cool it off. My phone is so hot. I think that I might be starting to lose signal a little bit. It'll definitely get spotty after I stop for gas. I've seen less in the dead. I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying, Heath Bobby. I've seen dead a lot in my life. That's why I do it, is for the beautiful views. You know, like there's just really beautiful country. You know, and it's a big country. You get to see so much without actually needing a passport. And that's really cool. Just entered a small town, so hopefully my signal will be a little bit more stable for a minute. Got a truck stop coming up, not in this town, but the next town down. My ears are popping. Appreciate the two of you who stuck around. Trucking lives on. Dude, I just heard that song the other day on the radio, like, I just can't wait to get on the road again. And like, it hit me hard, man. I couldn't wait to get back on the road again. And here we are on the road again. Finally entering Crescent. After this, it's Chemult would be the next town, which is a population of like 15 or some silly shit like that. Might be more than that, but like 100. And there's a truck stop there I'll be stopping at. And I'll run in and I'll get gas, get something to drink for the drive. Maybe a snack. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Drew sent that $25, so that'll be going in the gas tank. So big shout out to Drew for sponsoring a couple of gallons of gas, dude. I appreciate that. I don't think you're still here, but you know, if you watch this later, Drew, that helps a lot, dude. I just saw a hitchhiker. Dude, I wish I had room, bro. I would definitely hook you up if I had room. But I am literally packed to the gills. I can't fit someone in here if I wanted to. I don't mind picking up hitchhikers. It's cold out. Dude needs a ride. I really hope he gets one. He had a very similar style hat than me, so I really should have picked him up, but I'm not giving him Zag's seat, and I don't have any room in the back, so he'll just have to hang out. Going places that I never should have been. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Sharon says, mountains are starting to get snow. Glad you're leaving now. I'm headed to Utah today. Yeah, the mountains are bright white. They have been getting snow, and this morning there was a possibility of snow in Bend. So it's time. It's time to go before the snow hits. And honestly, like where I'm at right now, I've been raising in elevation the whole time, so I'm surprised that there isn't snow where I'm at right now. I'm actually at like 4,000 feet, and out here in Oregon at 4,000 feet, you know, it's pretty common to get lots of snow in the winter. But I'll be back when it warms up. Hopefully, my goal this winter, my goal is to get a bigger vehicle and find someone who's really, really in need and give them this van. Part of me wants to sell it and I can use that money to put towards a bigger vehicle. Another part of me just wants to help somebody out and give them a van. So maybe I can find someone that has like, $500 and I can sell them this van, which is worth a lot more than $500 with the amount of money I put into it. But fuck did my ashtray go? Oh, there it is. On the road again. Oh, I'm sorry, I zoomed in. My bad. Jesus. Tammy says, I'm not ready for the snow or the cold. Me neither. That's why I'm getting out of here. Last year I got stuck here until Christmas, and then I flew out. So this year, I'm not doing that. It was very, very cold last year. And so I'm not doing that this year. This year I'm getting south as fast as I can. I was thinking about stopping in Sacramento for a couple of days, but my friends there went to Slabs, so not going to be stopping there for a couple of days. I'll just be cruising through. If I go to Seligman, DM you, we can do lunch. Yeah, if I go to Seligman, I will. I don't think that my route will take me through Seligman, but at some point this winter, I won't be far from Seligman. I'm not going up there in the winter. It's cold up in Seligman. You guys are at like, what, 6,500 feet, 7,000 feet? But I would not be surprised if you saw me in like Bullhead City, Laughlin, Lake Havasu area. So maybe we could do lunch if you were in those areas this winter. Seligman's more of like a summer visit, you know? I've got to kind of keep it cold in here so my phone doesn't overheat. Other guy in sack set you up with a fat sack of weed. Do what? What other guy in sack? I don't know what guy in sack you're talking about. Wake up! Grab a brush and put on a little makeup. There's a dead deer back there. Dead deer. How hungry are ya? The last chat offered a sack, a fat sack and sack. A fat sack and sack. That's fun to say. Yeah, I don't remember who that was. Actually, I do vaguely remember that though. But I mean, maybe they'll pop into the chat. I might not make it to Sacramento today. I could. If I just keep going. I expect I'll probably be sleeping in some truck stop tonight. I'll probably do a live stream from said truck stop tonight. Eventually, I'm gonna lose signal on this drive for like, I don't know, an hour or so, and that means that when I do, I'll probably be ending the live stream, and then I'll pick it up later tonight. So when it's bedtime, hopefully, basically, really, what my goal is today is to make it to like Redding, because Redding, like right after Shasta, you like drop down into the San Joaquin Valley, and it's gonna be much warmer down there at night than it is up here. So my goal is to just make it at least to Redding, which I'd like to make it past Redding. Redding fucking sucks, but My goal is to make it past that. You like rest areas before truck stops? I prefer truck stops. I can get food there, I can get sodas there, I can do laundry there, I can get showers there. They don't mind if I crash overnight. I can get gas. You know, for me, truck stop is the move. You can see that shake. You will lose signal in Chiloquin also. Yeah, probably will. Chiloquin is right after Chemult, I believe. I'll be in that general area. Reading has a new Nomad community, doing pretty good. They have 4 now throughout the states. That's cool. What do you mean, like, Nomad community? I know Shasta's got a pretty bustling Nomad community in the summer. Not so much in the winter, because it gets so snowy there. But places I never should have been. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Every mile has a smile. "10 acres allow overnight, short and long term, a few hours of work on site." That's cool. Reading isn't somewhere where I would want to like spend a lot of time, to be honest with you. Alright, I'm at the junction of 58. I can either go towards Oak Ridge and Eugene or keep going south. I'm gonna keep going south. I don't want to go over that pass. It's real steep, and I don't want to put too much stress on my axle. I appreciate the 5 of you who have stuck around. 6 of you. We'll just hang out together on this drive. Well, 5 of you now. Womp womp. Womp womp. I drove under some power lines that cut me out, I think. Hey, Jeannie, how are you? Good to see ya. Eight hours. The ship says 8 hours north of Stack. I could catch you by nightfall. I was leaving tomorrow anyway. Yeah. I'm probably about the same distance away from Sacramento too. Maybe slightly longer. I could make it to like north. You know where I might stay? I might stay at the truck stop that I caught Spider at. We'll see where that is on my route. And I might stay there. We'll see. Back to the scene of the catching. So I gotta get gas, soda, or maybe a coffee, and rolling papers at this truck stop. I'm thinking like 40 bucks would probably fill my tank right now, since I'm right about half a tank. And And on highway miles, dude, I almost made it 500 miles from Prescott to Reno on one tank. And I didn't even know at the time, I didn't know that my gas meter wasn't reading correctly until I had been driving for so long. And I was like, dude, why does it still say half a tank? There's no way. And then I just kind of realized, like, oh, it doesn't work after half a tank. This shift says, fill the tank, please. Yeah, man. That's the plan. That's the plan. But this will be the actually, this will be the last. I'm gonna fill my tank, but this will be the last one that I can afford until payday, I think. So, if I don't, I mean, we'll see what happens. I might be able to make it a little farther, but what is today, the 30th? So tomorrow I don't get paid. The day after tomorrow I get paid. So I might just have to hang out somewhere tomorrow and then leave the following day so I can keep going and just hang out for Halloween, which I'm not really a big Halloween guy. I really like being down in Slabs or Bombay Beach for Halloween, but I don't think that's going to be in the cards this year. Because, I mean, as it sits right now, I don't have enough to get all the way down there. I don't have enough money. But I figured I'd leave a little bit early, so I could be, when I get paid, I could be a little bit closer and just keep going once payday happens. But I've got everything in the van. I'm set up that I could last until the 1st. And this will be a good measurement of, like, how much does it cost to drive all the way down there in this van? I really should do the math and figure out how many miles per gallon I'm getting in the van. I haven't done that. And my trip check right now, I've got my trip meter on, but it's a little inaccurate. I hit the trip thing like a little late after I filled up last time. There's probably like 50 miles, give or take, that didn't get registered for this tank, so I'm gonna have to do it again. I'm right here at the truck stop, I'm about to pull in. I made it to Chemult, and I'm gonna go fill up and get those necessities, and then boogie on farther south. And the next stop after this, after like Chiloquin and shit, the next big city I get to will be Klamath Falls. Oh wait, is this the pilot? Oh yeah, it is the pilot. Okay, here we go. Hype girl. Yeah. Gas money. So I use green one, right? It's the green one. Let's go put green gas in. Don't judge me. I'll be back. Am I signing off now? No, I'm just gonna be right back. Give me like 10 minutes. Oh my God, it's cold. Oh, buddy. Oh, I'm just gonna let that run. God, that's cold. I don't know how cold it is out right now, but a hoodie isn't cutting it. Need some water, Zach? You thirsty? Are you thirsty? Yeah, you're thirsty. She's sitting there wagging her tail. She knows that word. She knows thirsty and hungry and potty. What's up? You thirsty? Here. That's it? That's all you want? I poured this whole bowl for you. You don't want any more? Psh. You're gonna wish you had more later. You're gonna wish. Check my messages. Let's check my messages. Hey, thanks, Jeannie. I did check my messages. I haven't gotten the notification. That's weird. Usually that app tells me, like I get a text or whatever, or an email. But I've been having issues with the notifications from Venmo. All right. Yeah, my gas is finished. Let's go get it. Get on the road. Ooh, 30 degrees. It is 30 degrees outside. And I just spent $45 in fuel. But that's what it took to fill up. Let me do my trip changer thing so I know how many miles I've gone, because my gas gauge doesn't work. And we'll get on down the road. Wow, it's so cold. I hate this. I can't wait to get, like, at least Redding. Redding will be warmer. I would love it if one of you went and checked the weather in Redding right now. But I am like to the bone cold right now. If I stay at a truck stop tonight, I honestly just hope I have enough to get a shower and I can warm my bones up. Oh man, that fucking axle doesn't sound great at all. Doesn't sound great. How about you, Jeannie? You got baby, don't you? Don't you have a kid or kids? You doing anything fun for Hallows Eve? All Hallows Eve. You doing anything fun for Halloween? 50 in Redding right now. That's not terrible. It's 52 degrees in Redding. Yeah, that's not terrible at all, you guys. It is 20 degrees warmer in Redding right now. I mean, that's still kind of cold for a high, but further south we go, the warmer it gets. Although right now it's south and it feels like it got colder. Oh, your kids are all grown and gone. So you don't have to. You know, Halloween kind of cracks me up because, like, people be like telling their kids, hey, don't talk to strangers, don't take candy from strangers, you know, and you get to, like, that's the one day a year you get to violate all those rules and take candy from strangers and go knock on strangers' doors, and I'm like, today is okay. Dunsmuir, you start warming up. That's cool. Yeah, hopefully I'll probably stop at a truck stop tonight. And like showers at truck stops are like anywhere from $12 to $18. On average about $16. So hopefully I have enough for that tonight. Now they have trunk or treating. It's boring. Yeah, I get that. Trunk or treating is pretty good for like kids in the slabs and places like that. But I get it. It takes away from some of the fun of walking around your neighborhood. For those of you just joining, if you haven't yet, go ahead and smash that like button for me. That'd be cool. I just hit a little bump and I heard a clunk. Clunky ass van. Let's go minivan again. You got this, baby. You got this. You're a good girl. So are you. You're a good girl. You want heat? Are you cold? Yeah, you're cold. Let me turn the heat on a little bit for you. Been trying to keep it a little bit cold in the van because my phone, it'll overheat. Sorry. Sorry, my bad. My phone overheats a little bit when it's live streaming. So K Falls high is 50, lows 30. Go past K Falls to warm up. Yep, that's the plan. I'm definitely getting past K Falls. It's only a few hours away from Bend. I'm not gonna wake up in Oregon tomorrow. Oregon's cold everywhere right now. Wish I had a microwave. Heat this coffee back up. But I do know that there's a pilot right outside of Sacramento that I'll probably be posted up at tonight because I do want to get a shower in tonight. I also need to do laundry, but I'm gonna just hold off on that until I get paid, and then I'll have a laundry run. But it's time. I need to do laundry. The only thing I really got left that's clean is underwear and socks, which is honestly the most important part. But the rest of my clothes need to get washed too. Yeah. Rolling Hills Casino might be open 24/7 in Red Bluff, right past Pilot in Orlando, California. Chico has a nice truck stop. All right. Hopefully I'll be making it past Chico too. Like if I can get close to Sacramento, that'll cut my drive tomorrow a lot. And I'll be driving on a holiday, so I expect a lot of cops out and shit. So, oh, that's a cool bus. I wish I could show you without stopping, turning around. There's an old ass bus back there that looked pretty sick. Doesn't look like it runs anymore, but so hell yeah, Drew, Jeannie, and I think that's it. Have hooked me up with some gas money. So you guys, big shout out. I really am grateful. It's pretty crazy, honestly. When I did have money, which there was a time that I had money, I was not the type to just donated to people on social media. And I feel like I could have helped a lot of people out if I wasn't such a prick back in the day. Hell yeah, full tank of gas. I think I'm like 3 hours from the California border. What time is it? It's almost 11 o'clock, so hopefully I make it to California by 2. Sacramento by like 9, 10. We'll see what happens. We'll see how tired I am. I did wake up really early. I woke up at like 6 this morning. Couldn't get back to sleep. So we'll see how tired I am by 8, 9 o'clock. That would have been like a good 12 hours of driving. But my main goal is to make it down into the San Joaquin Valley today, where the temperatures will be a lot better. A lot more suitable for living outside. So right up here is the turn that I took last year, where I broke down in the van again and got towed back. So I've already made it almost as far. I'm not going to take that turn this year. Last year I was trying to get to I-5. This year I'm just going to get to I-5 a different way. But I'm getting right about the point where, hey, I've made it further than last year when I left here. Jeannie just asked how Zag's doing. Zag is doing wonderfully. She's an angel on earth. I'll show you. She's just right here sleeping. I could do this without. Yeah, she's just napping away. The bestest road dog ever. But at the beginning of the video, I swung through Dutch Bros. Boom. And I got her a pup cup. So you get to see her like mowing down on a pup cup. Hell yeah. I don't know if you ever like rewatch these live streams or not, but yeah, she was enjoying that pup cup quite a bit. Oh my god, that keeps happening. I'm just checking the temperature of my phone with like the back of my hand, and it zooms in. I don't mean to do that. But we're on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Mischief says, I thought you broke down coming into Bend last year. No, I broke down leaving Bend last year. I was on my way south. Made it to about Crater Lake and then broke down. Had to get towed back to Bend. But I was leaving. It was about the same time in October. I think it was the beginning of October. So it was about the same time as this. And then I was here until December. So like 2 months. Trying to figure out what I was going to do with the van, you know, dealing poker and grinding away at gig work, until I got the flight down south and flew down south and then lived out of a backpack until I got this van. So this year I'm headed down in my own vehicle. I don't have to fly. That was also when I flew down last year around Christmas. Was the first time that I've ever that Zag has ever flown. Zag has flown now twice, and both times Yeah, both times she did great. I don't think she likes it very much, but she wasn't like a problem. So. She says we missed each other by days. When the van broke down. That was crazy. I remember that. I remember. With Phil passing big shows, posting up, most back east festival season will be hot this season. Can't wait. I'm not sure who Phil is. Who's Phil? Phil Collins? Yeah, you left a few days before me. We just missed each other. That happens to nomads quite a bit. We're like, oh man, like someone will post a picture of where they're at, and I'm like, I'm just there, like 3 days ago. Just missed each other. Base co-founder of Grateful Design, Phil Lesh. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I did know that. Okay, so they just did like a memorial concert at Halloween, the Halloween Festival in Florida. And I saw videos of them. It was, which band was it? I want to say, Extreme Cheese Incident. They did like a memorial for him. Yeah, I did hear about that. Alright, it's warm in here now. I just barely have to turn the heat on. Fucking crank. At least the heat in here works. Yeah, bingo with Bob Weir. Yep. Yeah, I did hear about that. Alicia sent me a video of the memorial, like, party that they had or whatever at Halloween. I don't know if any of you are like me on long trips, but I like getting like right behind a semi truck and just drafting off of them. And I feel like they always try to let me go past them, but I don't. What you think, pup? Oh, you just think that it's nap time forever. Zach, once it warms up, I'll let you out and you can go running around somewhere. But it's 30 degrees out there. You don't want to go out there right now. It's cold. You set your cruise control and drift. Yeah, do I have a cruise control? Oh, I do. Look at that. I don't know if I... Well, okay, probably should watch the road. I don't really know if I trust it. With all the drivetrain issues I'm having right now, I'm probably just not going to use it. I would hate for my axle to break while I'm using cruise control and it just be like, wham, 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 you know. probably break the engine or blow the engine because RPMs would shoot up. But we're not gonna break the axle, are we? Knock on wood. It'll be just fine. It'll be just fine. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it fine. I'll get the axle swapped out down there, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be cool. No worries. Nothing to worry about. Just a bit of a shaky van. That's all. No big deal. I think tonight, when I have the time, tonight I'm gonna sit down and actually plan my route out. Look, dude, I know you can't see it. Look, dude, look. But there is snow right here on these hills out near me. That's how close it came to hitting me. Man, it's like a war zone, especially if you hate the snow. Jeannie asked if I'm going to be staying in slabs. Not likely, probably not. I'm probably going to swing through slabs and say hello to some people, some of my friends. But I'm probably not staying there. I don't plan on staying there. I might stay near there for a few days. But I have like 2 weeks till I got to be in Quartzsite because I'm meeting Alicia there. So that's the plan right now, is to, like, I got 2 weeks to kind of screw around, I guess. But my first mission is to get south and get warm. So that's the first goal. And once I get south and I'm warm, well, then I can kind of do what I need to do, whatever, like post up wherever I'm at. I got 2 weeks until I got to be at Quartzsite. But I also could just drive to Quartzsite and start a camp there. Unfortunately, like, Quartzsite's pretty boring when you're by yourself. There's really not a whole lot there to do, and unless you have money. Plus, it's kind of expensive. You know, not expensive. It's cheaper than California, but it's in the middle of nowhere, so all the prices are kind of jacked up. But I do need to spend a little bit of time in California. I need to get my food stamps in California turned back on. That'll be my main goal when I get down there, so. Crater Lake got it pretty good. Well, the snow, yeah, Crater Lake always gets the fucking snow first, man. They're so high in elevation. Crater Lake gets hit, but it's like, I can see the snow. That's how close it came. That's how close I got to being stuck here in winter. Like, I might have had to drive out in the snow. The snow in Central Oregon can get pretty bad. Like, believe it or not, I've seen 6-8 feet of snow in Bend before, and it all dumped in like a few days, where it just blizzards and just fucks you up. But I don't want to be here for that. Neither does my van. Yeah, Bishop says winds are the only worry in Quartzsite. Yeah, I guess it does get pretty windy out there in the desert. There's no wind block. And it'll mess a tent up pretty bad if your tent's not really staked down well. But I'd rather deal with the wind than the snow. You know, the wind ain't so bad. I think right now in Quartzsite, it's like right around 80 degrees during the day. So it's like perfect. It's like perfecto, man. There was There was a Subway back at that truck stop. I probably should have gotten some food there. Probably should have picked me up a sandwich. Where am I? What little ass town is this? Sand Creek Station. That place was... It's interesting. Like a gas station back there that's been closed down. My whole life. I've never seen that place open before. But it looks like somebody opened it. Like took it over and opened it up. That's cool. Didn't have a Subway there. My trip check cameras all lit up last night. It's definitely time. Yeah, you're right, dude. It's time. I saw the weather. It's supposed to be raining for the next like 3 days in Bend, and it was either I waited until after the rain and possibly drove through snow on my way out, or I just got the hell out of there. So I spent yesterday pretty much all day packing up my van and yeah, got out of there this morning. Got out of there before the rain. It's supposed to be raining today in Bend. By like 2 o'clock, 1 or 2 o'clock in Bend, behind me, it's gonna get hit by rain. It's gonna stay for like the next 2 or 3 days. And I'm just like, and with as cold as it's been, it's probably gonna snow. And I feel like I'm just running away from it. And I'm cool with that. I'm alright with it. I don't mind running from danger. I don't mind at all. Man, I would, if I put on music, then this live stream, I won't be able to monetize. But I wouldn't mind putting on some music right now. Also, at the end of next month, I get paid on the 1st, but at the end of next month, and around the 20th, 21st, I'll get my YouTube money, which I'm pretty jazzed about. It's always like really, really good timing, because it's like at the end of the month, right about the time where I'm like, oh shit, I've got more month than money. And then I get my YouTube money. And this month, like if I make $100 in a month, I get my YouTube money. And this month I made $100 because I got such good super chats the last live stream. Oh shit. You know what I forgot at that truck stop? Dang it, dang it, dang it. I forgot rolling papers. Damn it. Just realized. You know what I have done before though? One time I took all the tobacco out of my cigarette and then repacked it with weed and then pulled the filter off and smoked it. I've done that before. Might do it again. I don't think I have another store for like hours. So, cool. Dan says, I need glasses, bro. Jesus. Dan says, I drove over the Continental Divide yesterday, saw the snow that I need, for the year. Hope you travel south soon. Hope to travel south soon. I hope you travel south soon too, bro. Are you nomading? Are you traveling around? Or are you just on like a trip? Are you also a nomad? I hope you get south too, man. We all deserve to be warm, and especially those of us living outside. Like being stuck in the cold is for the birds. See that shake? It's because I had to slow down for traffic. And we're going kind of uphill. So that shake comes. That's the axle. That's the axle right there. That's what I need to get fixed. Sharon says, pick some papers up at the weed shop in Weed, California. Use an apple or a can. I don't have to use an apple or a can, bro. If I can avoid it, I'll just use my pipe. I just prefer joints. I prefer them. Speaking of, dude, I rolled a joint the other day and I had it in my coat pocket, and then I drove to camp and I couldn't find it. Like, it was in my pocket and then it wasn't, and I don't know what happened to it. Somewhere in this van is a whole ass joint ready to get smoked, and I don't know where it's at. So, you know, and the van is literally packed to the gills. There's barely enough space on the bed for me to sleep, but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be fine. But I mean, I'll be able to get rolling papers long before weed. I got Klamath Falls up ahead in an hour and a half or so. Hey, wait, what's this? Do they have rolling papers? Is this a store? What is Chrome shop. What? Dude, we're in the middle of nowhere and you have a Chrome shop? Weird. Okay. Okay, bro. That was not a store. You get a refund for the wrong parts. Mischief, no, not yet. I'm supposed to. I was supposed to get the refund for the wrong parts 2 days ago, and it still hasn't shown up. Which will be a phone call I have to make at some point. I've already sent an email, but they ignore those, so I'll have to call them. And yeah, it was supposed to be posted 2 days ago. They said within 48 hours I would get a refund, and it's been like 96 hours, so, you know, about par for the course for that shitty ass company. By the way, if you're ever buying axles, don't buy it from Detroit Axle. Like, they are an absolute shit show. I'm kind of picking the route that I'm picking because I need my inclines when I'm raising elevation. I need them to be real gradual, otherwise it'll put too much strain on the axle. I really don't want to go over the grapevine for that very reason. So I'm going to avoid the grapevine in California. It's too steep of a hill with the problems my van has right now. So I'll be cutting over from the 5. I'll be cutting over from the 5 to the 395 somewhere around Sacramento. And I need a route that's like not as steep as the grapevine. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern?